Hi, I'm Andy Ruzicka.
And I'm Erica Ussery.
And welcome to
the Daily Mix. We're mixing it on up.
I'm mixing them out of bowl. What are you mixing?
I'm mixing the records.
Oh, all right. We're just mixing it up.
All right. Well, it's spring.
It is spring.
It's almost May. So what's your favorite spring activity?
My favorite spring activity? It's a little different. I take it very seriously. Girl watching.
I was not expecting that answer.
Well, it's a very difficult thing. You know, you got to stretch out that neck. You know, get those eyes moving.
Please elaborate.
You know, you watch the attractive ladies walk by. It's the favorite thing.
That's the ins and out of it.
That's basically it.
So, where's your favorite place to girl watch?
Cardinal baseball games. Yeah.
Really?
Because all the girls are all dressed up because they want to marry Yadier Molina or Adam Wainwright. So they got their hair all done. They got their cool Cardinals hat turned to the side because that's all hip, you know.
So it sounds like you have a strategy to this. So is there a certain spot in the stadium that you sit to watch? Is there a place where you have the best view? You
know, just at the gate, you know, with my Cardinals shirt. Like, hey, how you doing? Hey, Cardinals fan, what's up? How you doing? Yeah.
Nice.
That's basically it.
Interesting.
How about you? What's your favorite spring event?
I guess working out. You know, I'm trying to get that crunch, get those abs in before the summer comes. And I hate the gym. I hate the smell of the gym. I hate going to the gym. So I like the spring because you can actually run and work out and ride bikes and stuff like that outside. So that's my favorite.
But you hate the gym.
I do.
So do you have a home gym or something?
I wish. You know, I've been talking to CJ about actually starting up a basement gym. Yeah, that would be beneficial for me, but we'll see how that goes.
I'll be one of your members. I'll come in and I'll use it, you know.
You may be onto something. I can start a basement gym. Yeah. Start charging a fee. Hey, you may be onto something there.
That's right. I'll be over at 7 o'clock on the button every night. Promise you that.
We'll have to talk about the hours. They'll flex.
Well, let's get down to what's happening on the Daily Mix.
Yes.
For what's the ins and outs of what's going on in St. Louis. And St. Louis was named, according to Forbes, they did a study, one of the best places to rent. We ranked it number 4.
Wow.
One of number 4 best metro area to rent.
Yeah. And a part of that group, Kansas City, of course, was a part of it, and they beat us a little bit. They were number 2, so we have to let them have something, right? But amongst those cities, there was Indianapolis, Las Vegas, I thought Las Vegas would have been up there, and Columbus, Cincinnati, San Antonio, Phoenix, Jacksonville, and Cleveland. So some heavy hitters out there, but we came in pretty good at 4.
I think St. Louis, as far as renting, and I've rented a few times, it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, rent really won't break you, I think.
It won't, yeah. We rented for a couple of years, and we had a pretty good location and didn't really pay much and had a lot of square feet, so.
It's just, hard. I think they need to do a better job of soundproofing. You're always on the upstairs, and you always hear the downstairs people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had a roommate or a person downstairs that sounded like they were sumo wrestling. They were going, oh. I don't know what the heck was going on down there.
That would make you kind of want to go downstairs and say, what are you
Excuse me,
doing? What
is there a sumo wrestler down here? I want to know.
That seems like it should be a requirement, though, to soundproof walls for an apartment. This is too close, but whatever. Well, we said May is coming up in a couple of days here, and it is National Bike Month. So to commemorate that, Bike St. Louis just finished their Phase 3 with why it's actually sponsored by Great Rivers Greenway in St. Louis City. So it's 100 miles of street routes for bikers, which is pretty neat.
And 40 new routes. And that's a great deal. 60 miles upgraded, 40 new routes, and 60 miles in that 40.
Yeah, and with that upgrade, they included signage and corals, so it makes it a little bit more user-friendly for the bikers.
I think it's important because out where I live, of course, the upgrades were in City of St. Louis, Clayton, Maplewood, and Kirkwood, but I live out in High Ridge, really far out there. So I'm hoping they make their way out there because I've run so many times on there isn't even a shoulder sometimes. There's gravel.
So you're playing Russian roulette trying to get a bike ride in.
That's right. Come on, Buick, what you got?
Well, hopefully they expand out that way, hopefully. But to get more information, go to bikestlouis.org.
And, of course, Bike Month, we just mentioned. More ways to enjoy your bike. The Freedom Bike Ride, it's sponsored by TrailNet. They are offering 5-mile bike rides. It's free. It's kind of like a guided tour kind of thing.
Yeah, and this will be on May 9th, and it's given to us by Mary Markham Freedom Freedom Crossing. And the ride begins at 11 a.m. Registration starts at 10:30 a.m. And there will be food, music, drinks, historical reenactments. So it's going to be a great time. So bring your kids out. It's for all ages, and they'll be doing portrayals of this historic part of the Underground Railroad. So get a little bit of history in there, get a little bit of exercise. Great time.
Maybe some girl watching.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe you could just take a date. How about that? But to get more information, go to marymitchum.org.
And so try those Greenways. There's another bike event coming up all throughout the month of May. The Bike Centennial Greenway. Again, free event.
Yeah. No excuse not to ride a bike at least once throughout this whole month of May.
That's right. I want to see you out there.
Oh, yeah. I have to put some air in my tires and dust off on my bike, but I'll be out there. And this will be held on Mondays from 5:30 to 7 p.m. Registration starts at 5:30, and the bikes actually start to depart at 6 p.m. This will start at Shaw Park in Clayton, Missouri, and they're going to drive all the way to Olive at 170, so 4 miles, which is pretty long, but worth it, right?
Yeah, I could do that. And for more information on that, you can visit greatriversgreenway.org or trailnet.org.
Yes.
So, again, it'll be a good time, and I think I need a new bike myself.
How old is your bike?
I don't even know. It has no tires on it. It's got like flat tires and.
Does it have the banana seat like that with the basket in the front?
Yeah, kind of like like the Wicked Witch of the West. I was
thinking more like E.T., like the little boy that had the bike.
It's to keep your beer in there whenever you're getting real thirsty.
Yeah, they need to bring those little baskets back. They were pretty useful when I was growing up. But anyway, there's another bike event coming up, the National Bike to Work Day, which is on Friday, May 15th, which is encouraging everyone to ride their bikes, obviously, instead of driving. They will have a few different refueling stations, which you can find at trailnet.org. And the stations will be open from 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Free coffee and bagels to all cyclists. Now that's worth it right there.
Yes.
So if you're biking and you forgot to eat breakfast and you're on your way to work, you're like, oh great, free breakfast.
Exactly. Just refuel and keep going.
That's right. That's all right. Join TrailNet that day. You can enter in for a raffle for the Big Shark gift card. So you get that new bike, you get a free breakfast, maybe even a new bike.
And this is given by Great Rivers Greenway in the city of St. Louis. And it's been around since 1952 by the League of American Bicyclists. So, they started it, they saw a need for people to encourage people to start riding their bikes everywhere. So it's where National Ride Your Bike to Work Day came from.
You should rode your bike here today.
That's too far. I probably should. No.
Florissant isn't that far.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, it is. All right. But another thing coming up this Friday, if you're into movies, and I am, Avengers: Age of the Ultron is coming out this Friday, and it features a lot of big, heavy-hitting cast. Robert Downey Jr. is going to be the Iron Man, and there's all the sorts of different comic book characters melding together in this one. It's going to be pretty cool. So
let's take a look at the clip.
Let's take a look.
This vulnerable world needs something more powerful than any of us.
Everyone creates the thing they dread. Ultron in the flesh.
No matter who wins or loses, trouble always comes around.
You meddle with something you don't understand.
We have no place in the world.
I'm gonna tear you apart from the inside.
Oh boy.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty interesting movie.
Yeah, I'll probably see it because all those different characters coming together looks pretty neat.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So we'll have to take a look at it. Well, something coming up is Sauce Magazine's poll. It's their 13th annual Reader's Choice, where they're going to poll or encourage people to do a poll to vote on their favorite restaurants, chefs, bars, and shops.
And that poll closes May 15th at 5 p.m. Fill in 25 categories or more and enter it into 1 or 10 of Sauce Magazine gift subscriptions.
Yeah, and the winners will be featured in July issue, and they'll also have a saucy soiree, which will be June 28th at Union Station. You'll be able to meet the winners and get an advanced copy of the magazine, eat, drink, and dance. So
That
great
sounds
event.
like a good time, and it helps you out learning which restaurants to go to.
Exactly.
Big deal. And coming up, speaking of restaurants and where to go, the best sandwich competition, the 50 sandwiches you must try before you die. That is
Pretty intense title there.
That's an intense title. And Shotzi's, it's a little bar down off Lindbergh and Concord. They have one of the sandwiches you must try. It's called the fried brain sandwich. It's pork brains and milk and eggs and flour made into a little patty.
I don't know if I would want to try that, but for those who are I don't know, kind of crazy, we'll try that. It's on marble rye bread with red onions, pickles, and hot country mustard. And it was actually this restaurant was featured on Bizarre Foods of America with Andrew Zimmer back in 2014. So they're well known.
And it's kind of like, maybe they should rename it the 50 sandwiches that if you eat them all that will make you die. Rather than
Probably so. With that kind of title of a sandwich, maybe so.
That's at Shotzi's.com, and I will actually recommend their pizza. I went there on Sunday.
I will go there and get that.
I love Shotzi's pizza. So.
Another place that is featured is Best Donut Shops. This made Thrills' list as 33 best donut shop to go to out of the ones in America. And the donut shop opened in 1953, so it's been around for a little over like 62 years or so. And they have 103 varieties of donuts. So they have famous glaze, yeast donuts, cherry glaze, cake donuts, vanilla ice custard Bismarcks, which I love to try, and then chocolate Long Johns. So they've been around for a while and getting some recognition there.
My sister loves donuts. I think she's ranked all the different donuts. She's a donut foodie.
103? Wow.
Yeah, she's been there before. So a fun event coming up downtown St. Louis, something you should try out. If you're going to be at lunch and enjoy lunch outside, from May through September, it's called Lunchtime Live, downtown St. Louis. It's right outside the old post office, and they have every Friday, May to September, they have live music from Jim Peterson's trio. Food trucks will be there, Girls for Wheels, and there's going to be some Guy Road Go and Sarah's Cake Shop. Networking opportunities to meet people from different companies are all going to be kind of like melded together in this little outdoor patio. Really neat. DowntownStLouis.org.
All right, and then also the annual Tulip Giveaway will be this May on Mother's Day. It's their 9th annual one that they've hosted. And the Steinberg Group will be giving away these free tulips on a first-come, first-served basis on, like I said, Mother's Day, May 10th at 9 a.m. And it's a pretty big event. It takes 50 workers and 10 dump trucks to get all these tulips to the giveaway sites.
And there's no reason you can't get something for your mom this year.
Exactly. So Brickman Group will also be there, their garden experts, to give tips on how to plant these tulips once you give them to your mother. And at Habitat St. Louis, Restore will be there. So Restore will also have a 10% discount on their items, and then they'll have refreshments as well.
Oh, definitely. And of course, really quickly, the coming up is the May Day Parade for Annie Malone. It's a march to decrease youth homelessness. It's the second oldest parade for African Americans in the country.
Yes, it also benefits the Annie Malone Children and Family Services Center, which is the biggest fundraiser, and it helps to fund core programs like the crisis intervention, the transitional living, parenting, educating, and therapeutic schools. It's a great event.
Great event. Hope we all go to see it. It's May 17th on Sunday at 1 p.m. That's also it's at the 20th Street along Market Street, headed east on Broadway.
Yes, and it closes. So registration actually closes on May 11th. So get those registrations.
Get those registrations done.
Well, we're about done here. So sad. We have to leave.
Must go.
We must go. So, but you'll be sure to check us out, like I say, every day or 24/7 on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
And drop us a line at thedailymix@stltv.net. We want to hear from you.
Yes. Well, that's it for the Daily Mix. But keep it right here on STL TV.
After the Mix is coming up next. Until next week.
We will see you then.